Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been quite a minute. Been quite a long time since I uploaded anything here. If you've been a subscriber to my channel, thank you for sticking around. If you're new and you want to see more videos, please go ahead and subscribe. I do have a lot of content that I plan to upload. So yeah, thank you for joining me. But yeah, if you're wondering where I've been, pretty much last video I posted was about me being pregnant and having a baby, and that happened. I did have my baby, had my son, and he is doing well. I just decided to pretty much spend the first half of 2019 just focusing on him and putting all of my efforts into being a good mom. I am a first-time mom, so I want to try and get it as right as possible as I can. I know I've already made mistakes, but I wanted to just give him that time. And now I want to get back to my channel and just upload videos. And while during that time I did record a bunch of videos, but I just didn't have time to edit and post them. So I might be uploading those videos soon. So I do have more content, so please subscribe if you want to see more. But I did want to just give a little update on my baby, and I had planned to do monthly updates, or not monthly, but every like 3 months I was going to do an update, and that did not happen, of course. So I'm just going to do a quick rundown. And he is now 8 months. My son, his name is Kai Rahim, and where that name came from, actually I had a dream about it before he was even born. So I know it sounds kind of strange, but I dreamt his full name, like his first, middle, and last name. So and that was before I knew it was a boy. So once I found out it was a boy, I just knew I had to go with that name because that's what came to me in a dream. And Kai, I looked up the meanings for it. I know there were like several different meanings in different cultures. In like Hawaiian and Japanese culture, Kai means like water or ocean. And Rahim is my dad's name, so Kai Rahim is the combined name, but we do call him Kai for short. And like I said, he just turned 8 months last week on what month are we in? July 2nd, and he is doing so well. I'll just do a quick rundown. Let's see, make sure I hit everything. And seriously, he is the best baby, and I know I'm biased because everybody says that about their baby, but I'm just so in love with him, and he brings me so much joy every day. And these 8 months have gone by so fast, and I am so happy that I got to spend every day with him. I was lucky enough to be home this whole time. And soon though, I might have to go back to work, so we'll see. But he is going to be turning 1, and my goal is to try and stay home with him for the first year. So I'm just gonna go do a quick rundown of every month, see if I can remember like different milestones that he hit. And then right now he's taking a nap, so when he wakes up from his nap, I can have him on camera. But when he sleeps, I watch him. I don't know if you can see this. So he's in his crib. I do watch him because he sleeps best on his belly, and also with that pillow that you see there. And I know he's past SIDS, like sudden infant death, but in the crib, I mean, don't do what I'm doing. In the crib, it's best to not have anything in there, but you see there's a pillow there. But he sleeps much better with it. When I've tried removing it, and he just wants that pillow there. So because of my little bit of anxiety that I have on that, I like to watch him while he's sleeping. So I keep that. I have this camera that I bought from Amazon, and it was like $30, and I just put it in his, like above his crib, and I can watch him from my phone. And if I'm not watching, like if I don't have the screen up, it actually sends me a notification if there's any noise from the room. Like it'll detect the baby crying, and it detects motion. So if there's motion, then it'll give me, you know, a notice, and then it'll show me a recording of that few seconds of the motion. So anyways, moving on. So let's go ahead and go with the first month update. And for first month, I mean from birth till he turned 1 month, because that's how I would have done the updates. When he turned 1 month, I would have done an update of what happened up until that, you know, that 1 month milestone. So in the first month, pretty much. I'll try and put some videos and maybe some pictures to just scroll through so you can see. But he came out just very loud, and he was screaming. He was exercising his lungs, and he still does that till this day. He made sure his voice was heard, and you know, he wants to be heard. He's still very much a talker. The nurses were quite amazed with how quick he was able to latch on. It was no trouble at all. So breastfeeding was pretty easy, and he just knew exactly what to do. And I can still remember how he looked at me when he was first born. He just like looked straight up at me, and I can still see those eyes, and it's really like the most amazing feeling ever. And I've been saying that he can hold his head up since birth. I know it sounds crazy, but I felt like he was I was doing the chest to chest, and he literally was holding his head up and trying to look at me with his, you know, big beady eyes. And in that first month, since he was born in November, that first month he did get to celebrate Thanksgiving. At that time he was like 3 weeks old. I think that's pretty much it for that first month update. So moving on to the second month, which is the month of December. During this month he got to celebrate another big holiday, Christmas. And I'm pretty sure, to me, he started smiling and laughing at this 2-month stage, or as he was going up to be 2 months. And people were like, no, it's just gas. But it just was, I'll show some pictures and videos, but I'm like, no, he's smiling, he's laughing, and he has that personality still. And this is when he started to gain weight. When he was born, he was 6 pounds 4 ounces. And I remember the nurses saying, oh no, I went to see his first doctor's visit. The doctor was like, oh, he needs to gain weight because he had lost almost a pound since birth. And they said that was normal, but she said if he doesn't gain weight, we're gonna have to supplement with formula. And I just wanted to exclusively breastfeed. And so I got really worried, but by the next, she wanted me to go back in a week. I went back in a week, and he gained like 2 pounds or something like that. So that's when he started gaining the weight that he has now, and he's quite chunky for an 8-month-old. So moving on to the 3rd month update, which is the month of January. And in this month he's still the sweetest baby. He's still getting chunkier and chunkier. He went to his first church service this month, and it was this month that we realized how much he enjoyed being in the bath, and he enjoyed water, and he still does. I actually wanted to put him into swim class soon. I just have to find one that I'm okay with, but he loves being in water. And I think it's fitting because, like I said, his first name, what we call him, Kai, means water or ocean. And this is the month that we also started to see more of his personality coming out, and he's really just the sweetest baby. Okay, so moving on to month 4, and this is the month of February, and he celebrated another holiday, Valentine's Day. And really in this month he just has so much personality. He started doing all of his blabbing. He is really a talker. He talks a lot right now. I remember going in and to one of his doctor's visits, and they're like, wow, Mom, you have quite a talker on your hands. And I really do. Okay, month 5 is March, and really months 5, 6, and 7 just flew by because I'm not really sure how we got here. Those months just went by so fast for me. But this is when he really was like sitting up on his own. When he was 3 months, he started like practicing sitting up. Like we had things like the boppy behind him. We had this little, like, I don't know if it's Fisher Price, but it's like a chair that he loved and would sit in. And I was so sad when we had to stop putting him in there because he was getting too like thick. Like his thighs were like really thick, and he was getting stuck in there. And my parents were like, please don't put him in there anymore. So we had to put that away. But he was then practicing sitting up on his own, and he's got that quite down now. But that's in month 5, I'll say, is when he started doing that pretty well. And also in March, this is when he started having solids. So we went to his 4-month doctor's appointment, and the doctor said that if he is showing signs of like he watches the spoon when we're eating, he opens his mouth thinking it's coming to him. If he's showing interest in the foods that we're eating, it might mean he's ready to start solids. So I know there are a lot of books, like the one book I go off of actually, it starts from like 6 months, so that's like the recommended age, I think, mainly, but you can start between 4 to 6 months depending on depending on how ready your baby is. And sorry guys, I'm talking kind of low, but that's because I don't want him to hear me and I don't want him to wake up, so hopefully this camera is picking up the sound. But yeah, so he started solids, and the doctor recommended that I just start him with one item for like 3 to 4 days, wait and see if he has any reaction to that, and then start another item, and that's how to do it. And the reason why is because if he did have an allergic reaction, and if I had given him 3 items to start with, I wouldn't know which one it was that he, had the reaction to. So since he had just been on breast milk, this was the way she recommended I do it. And I think that's the way it's recommended everybody does it, but that was what my doctor told me. And she had me start with vegetables because she said, if I started with fruit and he got the taste of like, fruit usually is sweet, so if he got that taste, he might not want to eat his veggies. So I started with veggies, and then the next month I did fruit. And in this month he started to use his arms a lot more, like he was more aware of his arms, his hands, his feet, and he started reaching for anything and everything in sight. So if you walk by and you're holding him and there's something there, he would definitely grab it, and there it goes down on the floor. So that was I would say month 5, as he was going to be 6 months, or month 5. So this was after he turned 4 months, and he was going to be, wait a minute. So month 5 is when he just turned 4 months, and he was going on to be, am I tripping? Yeah, he just turned 4 months, and he was going on to be 5 months. So that month was when we started seeing like more, like just more movement and stuff from him, and he was just more aware of everything that was around him. So month 6, which is month of April, he is now able to sit up completely on his own. He's rolling around, he flips onto his belly, he is working on his crawling, he's doing his exercising, I call it, because he definitely gets, he sweats a lot while he doesn't, but he doesn't give up, he puts in a lot of effort. He's still very talkative, and he likes to stand up and straighten his legs. So that month is when we really started seeing that. We also found out he really loves his Abie stroller that I purchased for him, and he, if we put him in there and just kind of roll him just in the hallway even, he just falls right asleep. He loves that ride, and he loves taking walks with it. Also this month, something else happened. He lost like all of his hair. He just went completely bald, and at first I'm like, what? But my mom, I mean, I've seen pictures of me as well. I also was bald at that time. I was just completely shiny head bald, and so I was just shocked for him. I thought I was just born bald, and then my hair came later. So I was shocked for him that he had hair, and then his hair fell out, and he was just bald. But when I talked to his doctor, the doctor said it's just normal hormones, and because he was growing like bigger, like faster than like normal. I mean, let me not say normal, but just he was growing bigger, and he was bigger, and he was growing faster than the average baby his age. So she said it was just like the different hormones and the change in hormones, and that's why his hair fell out, but it was gonna grow back, and not to worry, I don't have to do anything. So that was what happened there. And also this month he started drinking from a cup, and when we would be drinking out of a cup, he would see it, and he would immediately reach forward and want it, or try to grab, whatever cup you're holding. A lot of water was spilt that way. So I got him this, like the sippy cup, the one that has the no spill edge, because I read that was supposed to help with it was supposed to be better for him because he learns how to drink like a regular cup instead of like from a sippy cup, and it's also like dentist recommended because it doesn't affect how his teeth grow in. So yeah, I got him that sippy cup, and he was using it for a while, but he mainly just wanted to play with it and bang it and shake it, and he still wanted to drink out of our cups. So I ended up getting him this like small cup where I got a few of them, and that's what he drinks out of now. So it's like a little tiny cup, and yeah, so that was one of the things he started doing, drinking out of a cup. And then so now the month 7 update, so this is after he turned 6 months and he's working up to be 7 months. Am I? Yeah. Yes, okay, that's right. I'm getting confused with these. This is why I should have done it from the beginning and not try and do it back in. So by this time he had tried so many different foods and he was loving so much of it. There wasn't really anything that he tried that he didn't like. I mean, once I introduced the fruit, there were some of the veggies that he didn't want anymore, and I had to start like mixing some of the fruit and veggies. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure he was still sleeping because I wanted to get through this. And this time, usually when he's taking his nap is when I take my time to do other things, like try and get some stuff done on my computer, you know, clean up downstairs, whatever mess I left from breakfast. And if I didn't get to, well, this has nothing to do with this video. I should just get back to that. Maybe I'll do a video that talks about my morning routine with him or my daily routine. But this is about his monthly updates. So now, after he turned 6 months, so this is the month 7, or the update. He tried different food. He talks. He sings. He, you know, scoots around on his belly. He can really like get around. And he'd celebrated his half birthday already, and he's still grabbing things, still reaching, still very much aware of his hands and feet. I forgot to mention how like by month 2 or 3 he was obsessed with his feet. Like he wanted to eat his toes. That was his favorite. So that was one thing I didn't mention. So in this month his hair started growing back, so he was no longer a baldy, and it's grown back quite a bit. And also he started slimming down. All the you know, you'll see in the pictures he had been just Mr. Chunky, and now he's still chunky, but because he grew longer, he looks a little bit more slim. But trust me, the weight is still there. I'm definitely feeling it. And he also got his first 2 teeth, and they came, the 2 bottom teeth, they came in at the same time. It was not very fun. Yeah, it was hard, but I was able to make it through it. So now actually his top 2 teeth are coming out, but now I feel more prepared, so it's not as hard as the first time. So everybody keeps telling me once the molars are coming out, that's going to be the worst, but right now I'm dealing with the teething part pretty well. And I think that's everything for the 7-month update. So this is after he turned 6 months. And then so now for month 8 update, so this is after he turned 7 months and growing up to being 8 months. And this is the month of June, so it's just last month. He celebrated his first Father's Day. He can move from one end of the living room to the other, or wherever I put him down. He can travel very far, and I'm hesitant to say that he's, you know, crawling, because oh, he's awake. Let me go get him. Here he is. Say hello. This is Mr. Kai Rahim. Usually he sleeps for about an hour and a half, 2 hours for this nap, but because I was talking, I think he was able to hear me. I'm usually not talking during this nap time. I just am quiet and just like do as much work as I can get done. So he's still tired. He might go back to sleep. He slept for like an hour, maybe? Let me see. Yeah, he slept for an hour. So usually he sleeps for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and this is when I get the most work done, except for when I wake up at like 4:30. So here he is. This is my baby. You want to look? You're on camera. Okay, he's still sleepy. So now So I was just talking about the last month update, so the month of June, and like I said, he's moving around a lot. I don't want to call it crawling because it's like his form of like, he can get on all fours. So he can get on all fours and he can move, change directions. But he does try to stand up, so he'll straighten his leg in the back, or but somehow he scoots around, bear crawls, rolls, flips, goes on his belly, sits back up, and he makes it to wherever he's trying to get to. But as far as just like the hand and leg, just straight on crawling, I won't say that he's doing that yet, but he is very close. And so that is the last that has happened, and now he's 8 months old. So it's just been a week of 8 months, and he is probably going to go back to sleep. And maybe when he wakes up, the second for after, you're gonna sleep. You want to say anything? Maybe after he wakes up from his nap again. Hi. After he wakes up from his nap again, I will show him again on camera. You want to go back to sleepy sleep? Yeah. We'll see. I did that? Kiss, 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 mwah. Kiss, 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 mwah. Does it feel like you're being watched? Okay. Doesn't feel like talking, but here he is. And by the way, he just turned 8 months, and this is 12 months clothing he's wearing. Remember when I said he's like thick, 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 thick? Look at these legs. All right, so I'm gonna just go ahead and end the video here, and I'm gonna try and do more updates. So maybe I'll do one when he turns 9 months. I'm telling you, just actually this last month has been where the most has happened. Like he feeds himself now. Like he can, what I mean by that is I've been feeding him purees, but he wanted to actually eat like the things we're eating, so I started just like chopping things up, and he has the fine motor skills to pick it up between his thumb and finger, or he'll pick it up with his hand and he can put it straight in his mouth. And yeah, I'm talking about that. You remember? What'd you eat for breakfast today? The bananas, the avocado, the little puff snacks. Yeah, so he's really good at doing that, and this last month has been where I've seen just the most like movement and just so many different improvements from him, and I'm quite happy to see him grow. And now he actually looks like, here we go. I don't know if you're going back to sleep. Now he actually looks like a little boy, like he looks like a toddler, not just a baby. You're still mama's baby. Yes, yes, yes. So, meet my baby. No, no, no. Can't eat my hair. Thank you again for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. And I'm going to upload all the other videos, hopefully edit all the other videos I've done. Some are, I have hair videos and some pregnancy videos and baby videos. And once I get those edited, I will go ahead and upload them on my channel. So if you are new, please subscribe if you want to see those. And also I want to mention I do post a lot of videos and stories and pictures on my Instagram or on his Instagram mainly, and I will post that. I'll link it below. And thank you again for joining me. Bye.